everyone, and welcome to episode 32 of Adventure SMP. I'm so excited to have you here. Just a quick reminder, we have one more episode on the main feed podcast before we are taking at least a month break. I have been having really long hours at work and like 6-day work weeks, so we might be taking more than a month, depending on how that goes, because editing after working 6 or 7 days in a row is kind of awful. I love this podcast and I love editing. However, it is a lot to try and do. So right now, how long the break is going to be a little bit up in the air, but it's going to be at least a month. However, in the process, I do have a little bit of content. Some will be Patreon exclusive. Some will be public. For example, there is like an episode that will come out sometime during the break that is a little interview style recording between Jamie and myself. So yeah, that's what we have to look forward to, and we'll see you guys next week. Goodbye. I totally meant enjoy the episode. Editing Tay is tired. Enjoy the episode. Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 32 of Adventure SMP. My name is Tay, also known as Seashell Vits, and I am your story leader dungeon master. I'm here today with my players.
Hi everybody, I'm Jamie. I use they, them pronouns. I'll be playing Business Ray, who uses any pronouns, and a little familiar Business Bob, the little sheep in a suit. Business Ray is a great old one warlock of the Tome.
Oh, hi, hey, what's up? My name is Eric. I go by Hey Good on the internet. My pronouns are he, him, as is my character's, who is Peebus, who is a human bard, level 3. Shmim plapaplam, guys. Shmim plapaplam.
Hello, my name is Petal. I am new, and I play Groki, the Oath of Devotion Plasmoid Paladin. Has a pet dog named Athenia, pet wolf, baby wolf. Groki and my pronouns are both they, them, and Groki is very excited to read more books.
I'm Hollow. I go by any pronouns, and I play C, who also goes by any pronouns. They're a little LA, and they are also a mastermind rogue.
Wonderful. Last episode, we decided to try and figure out more about the scepter. We spent some time in the village, realizing that the villagers really couldn't talk. There was no way to communicate with them. They still seemed to possess some of the player-like abilities, but just really couldn't be spoken to anymore. Had a discussion on, do we throw the scepter in the hole? Do we go to the mansion, try and find out more? Business Ray used his book and got a little bit of information, but not enough to satisfy the party. So they headed on over to the mansion where C was taken and stored, to look for a library there. Upon getting there, they saw a bunch of ravagers and pillagers and went, no, we're going to sneak our way in by digging underground. They found one of C's old holes that she had used to just, shimmy around. And then eventually found the library when Peebus broke a block of cobblestone, and there in front of his face was a bookshelf.
I break the bookshelf without consulting anybody.
No! Peebus breaks this bookshelf, and in front of you, there is a man facing away. He's facing another bookshelf.
Quick investigation. Does it look like an evil guy?
Yes, I'm not going to make you roll. That
really?
It looks like a pillager, a fancy pillager. He may be wearing a robe.
I immediately replace the block.
There's a pillager in a pillager's mansion in the pillager's library? That's crazy.
You hear just a or whatever the pillager noise is.
I definitely immediately replace the block with cobblestone.
He's definitely not going to notice the bookshelf missing.
Oh, wait. Did the bookshelf drop 3 books?
Yes, it did.
Okay. I, as quickly as I possibly can, place down a crafting table, use the wood that I have on me and the 3 books to craft another bookshelf, break the cobblestone, and then place the bookshelf again.
Cool. So you do all that, and by the time you're placing the bookshelf again, there's no longer a man.
Aw, damn it. I did all this stuff.
You did.
Okay, wait, so when I break the cobblestone to replace it, he's no longer there?
No. He's just not in front of you. You can't see him at the moment.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't mean he's not. He's just not in front of you.
Okay, because I'm thinking if we can at least rush into this room, we can then close off the entrance, and then we're just like in the library.
If we want to take a sneakier approach as well, I have a refilling invis pot. Well, it refills every long rest if I roll right, but I can go invis and find what we need.
Oh, sweet. And you're 1 block tall, too, so you can get in through a little guy.
I'm just sneaky. I'm very sneaky. I'm just good at sneaking.
But we don't know what we need.
Entire thing.
But we don't know what we need. We got to get in there and read the books.
We need to find literally anything that mentions what was his name? The Illager King or like a scepter.
Gerald.
No, we don't need to read any books about Gerald.
Wait, it wasn't Gerald. Gerald was not the Villager King. Who was Gerald?
Gerald was a fallen friend of theirs.
Was the first man you all killed.
Oh, that's right. I don't remember the names of my
Gerald,
victims.
No.
I don't remember a single one of their faces.
They all had the same face.
That's why I don't remember them. Or would that mean that I remember all of them? Anyways, yeah, I don't know. I think. Do you want to go in there invisibly and? I
mean, I could definitely do like a scout around. If I see any books, I'll grab them and bring them back here, and I'll also see like what's in here. Like if there's other Illagers in here. How many exits?
Well, if there aren't any, then we can just block off the entrance, and then we have all the time in the world in that room to look for books.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I'm worried. I'm just worried about them alerting other Illagers.
That's true. Yeah.
So I want to do this as sneakily as possible, so we don't get caught.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'll follow whoever's lead.
So yeah, I'll drink my invis pot and just do like a scout. I'll do a sneaky little scout around the room, see what's in here, how many people might be in here, if there's an easy way to block off the entrance so that they can't get in.
Yeah. So my question for you is, how are you entering the room?
I'd assume through the little hole. I'll just like drink the invis pot and then like slide out of the little hole. If there's space between like the bookshelves and the ceiling, I'll like go over the bookshelves, but if not, I'll just be really careful and sneak however the library is set up.
Gotcha, cool. Yeah, so I will let you sneak in properly or something. Exactly, or something. You manage to look around. There is one entrance and exit.
Mm.
It would take a handful of blocks, but like, yeah, you could get in.
Okay.
Yeah, it would be easy, or block off, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
It would be easy enough to do.
Okay.
There is one guy going around, and he, actually, that's,
Is it Jerry?
It's Jerry.
Oh my god, it's Jerry! I don't know if he'd recognize me.
Jerry is checking out some books.
I do not know if he'd recognize me or not. Either way, I'm invisible at the moment. I wonder if... No, because he might just come back in. I'm trying to think if I can get him to go outside the library long enough for us to block off the entrance.
I don't know, dude.
Or if Jerry will just be chill. Who knows?
I don't know.
I don't know if I can insight to just see if Jerry would be chill.
I mean, you can try. I'll let you roll for it.
Can I insight to see if Jerry will be chill?
I'll let you roll. Go for it. I'll give you information. I don't know if it's the information you want, but like...
18.
18?
Ooh.
So you look at Jerry, right? This man looks ecstatic. He learned how to read like less than a week ago at this point, and he is just surrounding himself in books. There, you can looking at him. You watch him just for a moment, and he grabs like 2 books and he takes them over to a little table where there's a stack of like 30 books.
Oh,
and he's just like sets them in, like he puts like one book in one pile that's there. There's another book in another pile, and then runs back to bookshelves and just starts skimming it again. This man is ecstatic to be able to read.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, he's so excited.
if Jerry isn't cool, we can charm him, and then he could help us find perhaps information about the Septar.
Okay. Yeah, because it's just him in here, isn't it?
Yep.
All right, then I think that it's a very minor risk, so I think it'd be all right. So yeah, I'll head back over to like the little hole, and be like, all right, there's one guy in here. It's Jerry. I don't think he's that dangerous. There's one exit and entrance, so we could block that off real easy.
Mm-hmm. Well, do you think Jerry is would he be cool? You know,
I don't know. I'm not sure. I did teach him how to read, but also I don't know. I'm not sure.
Well, I guess the question is because sorry, Petal.
Oh, if we can get him on our side, if he is already, if we can get him on our side, we can, obviously he knows this library. Maybe he can already have information on the scepter. We can just ask him and not have to read. As much as I would like to read, if we, the less time we spend in this manner, the better.
Well, I don't know how much he can understand us.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Oh, I forgot about that whole thing.
We could probably we have. I don't want to use the real thing, but if Business Ray still has that picture of it, we could point to it and kind of what the charades ask.
Well, it's not really a picture of it.
I mean, the sketch, the sketch of it.
The diagram.
Yeah, I can show them the real thing, but I don't know how safe that.
Yeah, so we basically point to the drawing and then point to books and then make an asking questions gesture.
Yes. Charades it. If he's cool.
I think that's a fucking great idea. That sounds delightful.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Cool. So I will fully let you guys get in. You can block off the entrance so it is just you and him.
Mm-hmm.
We can also make a little villager container, basically an AFK box with just one block broken, so he can't move around. I mean, that might startle him, and that might be make him not cool. But I guess if I'm charming him, so
fair. If he ends up not being cool, then yeah, we can put him in the AFK box.
Okay.
All right. So you guys get in, the entrance gets blocked off, and Jerry is still just, getting his books. He hasn't noticed you. He's very distracted.
Okay.
The moment he does, though, he turns and his face goes from excitement to anger. And he raises his hands. And I would like everyone to roll initiative. Well,
Jerry,
no, we're going to do side
Jerry,
initiative.
cool.
Side
Jerry,
initiative.
Okay.
One person roll me initiative, please.
Dirty 20.
Nice.
Cool. Yeah. He raises his hands. You guys get to go first. He looks angry.
Oh, no. Angry. I just realized I'm still invis.
You totally are.
It was for how long? It's 8 minutes, isn't it?
Well,
I think so. That sounds right.
It's 3 if it's unenhanced.
I think I have an 8-minute long invis pod.
Nice.
Yeah, that sounds right.
So, can I just cast Charm Person on this guy immediately so we don't have to hit him?
Yeah, I'd say go for it.
All right, I'm into it. Let's see.
What is your save DC?
Cool. So, that's going to be a DC 13.
Don't worry, he didn't pass.
Yay!
Woo!
So he goes from looking angry, magic, flying off of his hands to just the spell stops.
He turns into the man standing emoji.
Yeah, he just kind of just stands there.
I guess I wave.
He waves.
Cool. Okay, so we've got that going. That's good. And then I guess I look to Ray with the book.
I'll hold up the book.
He looks excitedly at your book and makes little grabby hands for it.
Yeah, I don't think this is gonna work.
He wants to read. He wants to read, so...
Yeah, he can't have this book.
Yeah.
I guess, I got a +4 performance, so if we're doing charades...
Wait, if he can read, can we write out words for him?
Oh, possibly, because I taught him how to read, so I would have used, obviously, writing. So we could possibly write it down.
I think that's worth a shot.
I'm positive it's not just select. He just can't read what we write, but he can read every other book. I'm sure we could just write it down.
Let's write down what we're looking for. Anybody have a pen and paper or anything?
A floating piece of paper. Because I'm invis. I just pull out a piece of paper, hand it over.
Suddenly there's a piece of paper.
So there's a piece of paper, and then a couple seconds after there's a floating pen, and it's just there you go.
Awesome. Groki's gonna grab that and write, "We're looking for information on this scepter. Do you know any books that would tell us about it?" And then holds it up to Jerry.
Jerry's gonna move closer so he can see it better because he's a little bit away, and he looks at it, and then he looks at you, and then he looks at the book Ray is holding, and then looks back at the note, and then you, and then the book that Ray is holding, and then just thinks for a moment before running off around the library. This man is an excited man.
I put the book away and I grab a different book off the shelf in case he tries to take my book.
That's so smart. I love that.
The old book swap.
Jerry comes back with 7 books and just kind of offers them to Groki.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Groki's going to immediately start reading them.
Cool. The first book is it's like a fairy tale sort of story. You can just skim through it and see it. It is a book about there once was a little illager. He didn't have any friends. It's just a little children's book, that style with pictures and everything that just kind of tells the story of this little guy who was a normal pillager, and then he was very lonely and he didn't want to be, and so he found a way to learn magic and then create the crown and the necklace and the scepter, and then he became an evil little man called the King Illager.
Oh my god, and we killed him.
The next book is just about different scepters. It's just a book generically about scepters. The one you are looking for is not in there. There's 2 more books just in general about other versions of the first book. Some in more detail. Not much more info on the scepter besides the fact that it is powerful. It is the King Illager scepter, it's his scepter. Only he can use it, only he can wield it. I don't remember how many more books. I lost count of how many I said. I think that was 4.
5, I think you said?
5? Okay. The last
100?
book... No. The last book is a little bit more of what you're looking for. It is a sort of diary-esque book that you can assume is from the King Illager. It's not signed by anyone, but it is definitely, it starts younger, a more childish, I guess, handwriting. Less focused, that sort of thing. Just kind of talking about the world in general. And as you go through, it then slowly starts to go from this loneliness to, no, I'm going to be in control. I'm going to win. And then it tells about the creation of the scepter, how he created it. He stole magic from different creatures, different schools of magic from different creatures, and then used it to create the scepter. And he cursed the scepter so that whoever holds it turns into him.
Whoa.
Huh. So, I guess there's no handing off the scepter unless we just want to, undo everything that we've done here, unfortunately.
Yeah.
That's tough. This is tough then, because we don't give it back, and they just can't talk anymore, or we hand it off and it just kind of all starts over again.
But here's the thing, aren't they? still able to interact with each other.
They can interact with each other, yeah, from what I've seen.
The only difference is that they can't interact as players. I think they still have a really good quality of life. It just sucks for Peebus not being able to talk to the people he grew up with.
Also, the book says the scepter won't work off-world. It doesn't say we can't get it cleansed off-world, so we still got to find Linguini, and I don't know, but we still got to find Linguini and do a whole bunch of other stuff. It's not like we're just going to... So if we take the scepter with us, maybe we can fix it and come back.
That's fair, yeah. You guys could take it with you to maybe figure out if you can get rid of the corruption part of it, bring it back someday.
Yeah, well, to be honest, guys, if I know my villagers, if I know my society, which I think I do, I got to tell you, the players mean so much to us. When the players left, it was heartbreaking. That's why they sent me out to go find out what happened. And I got to say, a life without players is no life at all for a villager. So I think we do what we have to get this scepter to work again, so that hopefully if the players eventually come back, they can interrupt. I'm not saying we have to do that right now, but I think I can confidently speak for the villagers when I say that I think that they would want us to try to get them to speak again.
Mm.
All right, I will trust your judgment on this. You would know your people better than anybody. That can be one of our quests. Maybe we can even have one of us carry it around with us, so just in case. I don't know whether we'll find anything in our home base world, but just in case in any of the other worlds we travel to, we find answers.
Sure. And hey, ultimate, pie in the sky here, just throwing out ideas. We give it back, they activate it again, and then we broker a peace agreement between the illagers and the villagers. I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know how well that would go over, because they're still illagers, and I don't know how great someone influenced by magic is going to be at negotiations.
That is fair.
Because it is evil magic.
Maybe we can see about a peace though once we figure out how to get the curse off.
Yeah, I think it'd be good for you guys to take it with you. See if you can figure out anything, even if it's somewhere else, if you can cleanse it or get rid of the corruption in it, and then whether just come back here, whether you cleanse it or not, to figure out what to do with it properly.
Yeah, I think that sounds pretty good.
All right. I'm gonna hand this up to probably to Business Ray, just in case.
Who saw that coming?
I believe Business Bob still has room. No, he might go poof. Yeah, Ray will carry it.
Yeah, I gotta hand it to Peebus. I pause and then I hand it to Business
Ray. That is fair. That makes sense. That probably makes sense.
Just because I remember what you were saying, in your sleep, and he's like.
Inventory. One scary king scepter.
One evil ass scepter.
Yes.
Well, we didn't find anything about Linguini here. Maybe we go back home and go on to the next one. What are you up to, Si? We got you out of there. I mean, you got yourself out of there. We were coming to help, but we didn't need to.
I mean, I just kind of explore around, so I'll probably go back to doing that. There's a lot of things I want to find out in the world, so I'm hopping from place to place to figure some stuff out.
Well, that sounds like a really nice little life you've carved out for yourself.
Yeah.
I'm really glad that we cross paths.
Yeah.
You have been a good friend and ally to have throughout this situation.
Absolutely. It's been wonderful meeting you guys. You're all very cool. I liked hanging out with you guys and figuring some of this stuff out. It was definitely something. I definitely learned some things.
Yeah, and hey, thanks for helping me fly. That was really nice. Or I guess you didn't help me fly. You just flew.
I helped you fly around. Honestly, it was fun. I'm normally on my own a lot, so this was a really fun chance to hang out.
Yeah.
And you're doing great, Beavis. You're doing great.
Hey, thanks.
You're welcome. Don't go around assuming people aren't or are players.
I will do. I have learned my lesson. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm growing as a person.
And that's good. Growing as a person is good.
I appreciate it. That's
Learning and understanding yourself is probably the most important journey you will go on.
That wise words from a small little guy.
Yep.
Well, I guess we have all the materials for a world portal with us.
Or we could just go back to the one we came to, so we don't leave another one in the middle.
I don't know if you should leave a world portal in the middle of an illager place.
No, yeah, not now that I'm hearing it. Yeah, that makes sense.
It doesn't seem very safe.
So I guess do we part ways with C here, or do you want to awkwardly walk back with us a little bit before we cross paths, you say goodbye to a person on the street and walk the same direction?
Yeah, I think just because of that, yes.
I just
because of you, C's gonna tag along with them on the way to the portal and separate there.
And Peebus walks awkwardly a little bit faster than he normally does, just so he's not walking right next to them, because that's super weird.
So you guys just heading back to the main portal the way you came?
Yeah, main portal.
Cool. You guys head back. You get back through the mansion using the walls. You sneak back out using your tunnel. And you head back to the main spawn. You get to the shopping district. You walk on over to the bleachers. And there sits the portal at the top of the bleachers. As you enter the portal, Peebus, you say goodbye to your world again. This time by choice, not by force. Oof. The world disappears behind you and you are all left in the void. See, you're on to your next world as you go through. You are in the void, out of the void just as fast, and in a brand new world. My other players. Business Ray, you are surrounded by the void for a moment. And you see this, almost it might be an eye, it might be something distantly in the void, looking at you before you snap out of the void. And you're back at your mini golf area. Peebus, as the world fades around you and you head into the void, you still see remnants in the void of your village. You see the concept of your world in the stars that are around you. And you watch as a piece of bedrock, falls through the void in front of you.
What?
And you are back in the mini golf area. Groki, you step through the portal. Your goo morphs just a little bit as you go through, against your will, not by your choice, into a set of wings on your back. Just as quickly as it's there, it's gone. You see a set of eyes staring at you, and you're back at the mini golf area. And that is where we are ending today's episode.
Bro!
Thank you everyone so much. Hollow, thank you so much for being a guest here. Would you like to share your socials one more time on pod?
Yes. I stream on Twitch at hollowz_rose. I also have a Twitter by the same handle. And I post on YouTube under hollow_rose.
Awesome. Hollow, thank you so much for joining us. You will be back for one more episode next week for our talk back, but we're not recording that for a hot sec, so I wanted to give a cute little goodbye now, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you everybody so much for listening to episode 32 of Adventure SMP. We will see you all next week for our talk back. Yeah. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you guys so much for listening to episode 32 of Adventure SMP. My dog is getting in the way of me and recording this Noctis, Bubba. But special thank you to Gun, Mary, Marissa, and Fel, our server gods. One more reminder before we completely wrap up that we will be taking a break after next week's episode. You can find us on our socials at Adventure SMP Pod on Instagram and Twitter. Or you can also find us at patreon.com/Adventure SMP Podcast. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.